back with another team profile and projection, an episode a day, every day until opening day. This is Talking Baseball. My name is JOMBOY, and we're talking about the San Francisco Giants of the Bay Area. The San Francisco Baseball Giants. Jake, how are you doing?
Los Hibido Gigantes. I'm good. You and I talked briefly before this how I love saying that phrase because it sounds really cool, and I don't even think I'm saying anything right. I know it ends with Giants, but I think it's Hibido's not team in Spanish, like Jugadors or something.
I don't know. I only heard it from you.
I think it's a lot deeper than my natural voice, which that helps, and it just rolls off the tongue well. But this is an interesting one, Jim. We're kind of I'm coming in a little blinder on this, a little more blind, because I don't know, man. The Giants are one of and like a lot of these bottom teams, they're in full rebuild. The rest of the division at least thinks they're trying to compete for a wild card. / the Dodgers are a great team. The Giants are clearly not. They're starting a full rebuild. And I guess that's why I kind of feel uninformed about them is because they're officially just starting the rebuild. Like the Royals, Marlins, like a lot of the teams we've covered have kind of been shit houses for a while. San Fran's a well-run organization, and they're finally going full rebuild. Bochy's gone. This is a new regime of sorts.
Yeah, and I admire that, they wanted to ride out Bumgarner's contract and, make it work. And they kept trying those deals with McCutchen and Longoria and stuff to, give it another last effort for the World Series championship crew, Posey and Bum and the rest. Yeah. And it didn't work out because it was never going to work out. But I admire that they wanted to give the fans that fighting chance. And they gave them, a hell of a month last year. I think Giants fans were
that was awesome. I just remembered that, and I was like, that was kind of that was a high moment for us on Talking Baseball because it's like, you know what, Giants have a blast.
Yeah. So Bochy leaves, which is the biggest news for them because he'd been around forever, won 3 World Series with them. We saw Bochy at winter meetings, much bigger dude than I expected him to be. You forget that these guys are big.
Yeah.
Because Bruce Bochy's kind of older now,
Yeah.
So I was thinking 5'2", 5'4" max, and he comes in at 6'3". Born
big
in France,
Bruce Bochy hype pod. I went down a weird wormhole with that one day looking at French-born players, and it was like, Bruce Bochy? What?
I wonder why. It was funny when Bochy retired, and then a month later on Mad Dog Radio, he was like, no, I'm going to come back. It's just a hiatus. I just need a break.
That was funny.
You think Giants fans are like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Just trying to get away from us?
Yeah, we kind of did like a retirement tour. You're just taking a time out.
Okay.
But yeah, good. Go on.
Bochy is just one of 8 major leaguers to be born in France, where his father, Sergeant Major Gus Bochy, was stationed as a U.S. Army NCO at the time. That's a non-commissioned officer, Jake.
Let me stop you.
Okay.
How much do we love the name Gus Bochy?
Yeah, Major Gus is pretty cool,
that's so obvious.
Yeah. Growing up, Bochy moved with his family to the Panama Canal Zone, South Carolina. For first, I thought he lived in Panama, and I was like, whoa. Northern Virginia, and ultimately Melbourne, Florida. So that's all. So anyway, out goes Bochy, and in comes Gabe Kapler.
You hate Gabe Kapler.
No, that's not true. I think he's not a great manager.
Okay.
And I love him for entertainment value for breakdowns.
Right.
Because he doesn't understand that umpires aren't fair. And he's just like, how could you not overturn that? And they're like, well, he's like, you can't do this. And they're like, oh, hey, Gabe, have you watched a game before? You like Gabe Kapler?
Know what it is? Every time players talk about Gabe Kapler, they like him a lot. I mean, he's still in shape like a player. I think he's kind of a different kind of cat. You were on this pretty early on that he was never a fit for Philadelphia. I'm I love a good second chance, and we'll see what this Giants rebuild looks like. But there's a world where Gabe Kapler is a Bay Area dude, kind of a little different, quirky in some ways, and we'll see what the rebuild ends up looking like. But I don't know. He hasn't been a good manager so far. I'm not going to defend that.
Whoa, yeah, right. Like he had a lot of talent in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and at least it's tough. Speaking of talent,
Jim, of, yeah.
Who do you like on this Giants team?
Well, okay. Can we go through ad drop for the people at home? Did you already do that?
Go through ad drop?
Yeah, who they added and who they dropped.
Oh, no.
They got rid of Madison Bumgarner. He left him, free agency. He's in Arizona now with his horses.
Mad Bum. One of the odder free agencies you'll see.
Will Smith, not there. They get a new GM. They get a new manager. Drew Smiley, Kevin Gossman. They add those guys. Recently, they added Hunter Pence and Billy Hamilton. How about that? Who else? Drew Smiley. I already said that. Is that all? That's basically all they added. Will Wilson.
I want to get out in front of this one, Jim. As hard as I was on the Dylan Bundy trade, I like the Kevin Gossman signing.
Why? Well, because they're not trying to win?
Well, I think he left the Orioles, which again, maybe I should put that more in the Dylan Bundy bucket, but I don't. I like Gossman's just pitching better than Bundy, and he's going from Camden Yards and never having a chance and playing Boston and the Yankees and them guys. Again, stuff you could put in the Bundy bucket, but he's going to a pitcher's ballpark in the National League. And I think he jumped into a relief role at the end of last year, and he did really well. He got a 1 year, $9 million contract. I really like the Gossman signing for them. So that's good news for my or Cincinnati. He had a 4 ERA out of the bullpen, but 29 strikeouts in 22 innings. Good FIP, Jim. Love a good FIP.
You do love a good FIP.
Love a good FIP.
And you're also pretty big into Fitbits.
I was. You know what it was? It was a good excuse to not wear a watch and pretend to be healthy. So there it is.
I'm not into Fitbits. I had one once. Yeah. I lost it in the ocean.
Swim in the ocean, hear me now.
Whoa. Jake, are they gonna what's their staff?
Yeah, so that's the situation we find ourselves in. Right now, they've got it listed as the Shark, Samardzija, Cueto's coming back, Gossman, my guy, Drew Smiley, Webb. Is that Tyler Webb? It's not Brandon Webb. He retired a while back. They got one of the Ross guys. I'm seeing Beatty in there. So honestly, and so this is going to be a weird thing for me because it seems like everyone on this team that is clearly a little past their prime, and we're about to find out if they've got one last punch in them or if they're done. And I mean, dude, listen to these names: Samardzija, Cueto, and I mean, going to the lineup: Longoria, Crawford, Belt. What's Posey still got in him? It's all these I'm not going to say early guys sneaking up on their mid-30s, seeing what they got for this last place Giants team.
Okay. So you don't believe Cueto's?
I don't believe
all of Cueto's stats are bad.
I've got it in a coin flip. I mean, if they can have, so how many guys did I just name? Samardzija, Cueto, Longoria, Crawford, Belt, Posey. I mean, if they could have 3 of those 6 find a little something in the tank, and then they're either trade assets or they're something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, this team is in full rebuild.
I mean, they picked up Wilmer Flores on a multi-year deal. I don't really get that.
That was odd.
Why'd they do that?
Wilmer raked last year, though.
I get it, but they're not trying to win.
Hey, I mean...
Why did they give him a 2-year contract?
Think about it as an asset. Maybe Wilmer Flores figured it out last year, and the Giants analytics team is saying, hey, I think... There's a couple guys in the Giants analytics crew that are saying, I think Wilmer Flores figured it out. He's still a free agent. If we sign him to a 2-year deal, maybe we can flip him for a little more. I don't know.
You don't believe any of that.
That's pretty optimistic.
For some reason, it took me to the. All right, I'm here. I was on the wrong page. They tricked me. They got a lot of guys they can trade at the deadline if they're good, like the Shark, Samardzija, free agent after this year. Gosman, free agent after the year. Smiley, Pence, Tony Watson, Tyler Anderson, Zach Cozart. None of those guys sound like people that can play into a trade.
Not really, right?
I think I got the Giants being pretty bad, man. Like our listeners voted them 7th worst. They might be lower.
I think it's going to depend. Like the Rocky season went off track last year. Are they going to be an 84-win team? Or are they going to be a 70-win team? I mean, the Dodgers are going to crush. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't necessarily hate what I'm seeing. And like I said, if 3 of those 6 older guys can bounce back, maybe there's something there. But I mean, this team's going to be bad at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Francisco's a nice place, though.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Like where the ballpark is nice, and then the other end, North Shore, and by the wharf, that's nice.
No show.
The area, kind of just north of the stadium is a lot of human shit, a lot of homeless people that yell in your face like zombies. I went to school there, so I ain't talking out of turn, Jake. 15th and Mission, or 5th and Mission. I don't know. For all
Yastrzemski, Posey, Belt, Longoria, Dickerson, Crawford, Dubon,
Duggar.
and Steven Duggar, barely know her. That's their projected starting lineup.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to have that magic month that they had last year. I think they're just going to be bad throughout. Is that rude?
A little bit.
No, but you agree. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, that magic month was, attached to Bruce Bochy,
and Bumgardner and, like, a lot of this, like, last hurrah.
Yeah, and the only guy, Yastrzemski, hey, man, he found it a little bit last year. The Orioles just let him, they traded him for nothing, basically.
He had a good year.
Mauricio Dubon, yeah, and he's got a great name. I'm in on Yaz Train. Did a nice video on him. Dubon, he's the only guy that's kind of like a prospect. He's 25. Jimmy, this is the weird part. A lot of these teams, we end up saying like, yeah, there's a couple young guys on there. Let's figure it out. The Giants don't have that. Like, it's all just older guys.
Yeah. Samardzija's FIP was worse than his ERA.
Tough.
Big ballpark.
Big ball. You know what they say
about big ballparks?
Yeah.
Harder to hit home runs. I heard him say that. Jake, what was their monthly breakdown last year? Oh shit. Their monthly breakdown last year is pretty good when we were comparing it to like the Orioles and the Tigers and stuff.
Sure.
In their worst month, they won 10 games in May.
Right. No, they were hanging around last year. Not really, but kind of.
They went 19-6 in July. That was the magic moment. They just kept walking off nonstop, having a whole lot of fun, being happy, and then they died. And I'm not expecting that. I don't think Gabe Kapler's a leader going to lead them to this squad.
You just need 2 good months. You know that.
Oh, that's my biggest thing. Play 500.
That's your biggest thing.
That's my biggest thing.
Should we make a shirt? Just 2 months?
No, it's not yours. JOMBOY's biggest thing. Well, you can't have any bad months, though. You have to, if you play 500 for 4 months and then you have 2 good months.
Shirt's getting complicated at this point, yeah.
But they only had 1 good month and then a bunch of 500 months and some bad months.
So we think this is a 3-year rebuild, suck this year, figure something out next year. I think they've got a ton of money coming off the books.
They have to.
And then, so let's see, 2022 Giants, watch out.
They got their top-ranked prospect. His name is Joey Bart.
Look at Joey Bart, the catcher down in Double-A.
Joe Bart is more fun to say than Joey Bart, in my opinion.
Gotta go Joe Bart.
You gotta go Joe Bart there.
Gotta Joe Bart it.
That's
When's
a
he
name, like,
expected?
if he goes Joey Bart, people will call him Joey sometimes. If you
Yeah.
go Joe Bart, no one will call you Joe, ever. You're just Joe Bart. Even your mom. Joe Bart,
Joe Bart.
dinner's ready. It's a good name. Yeah, he's their number 1 ranked prospect. He's in Double-A. You got time. You don't need to bring him up.
Yeah. Man, this is really weird, and I think I think the people that have been listening to these, A, thank you. But B, like, if you're a Giants fan, what are you doing? Are you fully checked out, or are you looking for the glimmers when Johnny Cueto throws a nice game and being like, Johnny Cueto's still twirling it? Because, like, there's one young guy I think you can really get excited for, and that's Dubon.
Yeah, I think what they're doing, Jake, is just getting ready to have some fun at the ballpark. There's a nice ballpark there. The nice cold weather, Yeah. You bundle up, you hide from the seagulls, and you enjoy some baseball this way or the other way. Who cares? Because it's a good baseball crowd.
I think this, Jim, every year we do these, I give out my This Might Go Sour Quick award.
You have been steadily giving that out.
And, dude, I could kind of see this going sour real quick, man. If you're one of these old guys, you're playing in not a brutal division, but, I mean, 4 teams that are clearly better than you and one almost super team. And you're all these old guys. Like, if they come out and they have a terrible April, I mean, what's going to bring these dudes to the ballpark?
Nothing.
Like, I'm a little worried about this team. They need some youth.
Well, I mean, all of their top prospects are super young. Their second-ranked prospect, Marco Luciano, is 17 years old. Their third-ranked, Helio Ramos, is, I just had it, Hunter Bishop's their third, and he is 21, but he's not out of, like, Double-A, and Helio Ramos is 19. So their top 4 prospects are still, like, 2 or 3 years out. So they just might have Scott. That's why they get Flores multiple year deal, because they're 2 years away. They just need bodies.
Yeah. I mean, the next 2 years are going to be bad, but like this year, I think this could get unwatchable for the Giants, and that kind of sucks. And like, I think next year becomes the fun year. Like, here's a couple young guys. Let's see what they do. Like, this doesn't look like they have that at all. Logan Webb. When I was guessing which member of the Webb family it was, I mean, he's their only top 10 prospect that looks like he's going to get run this year. And I mean, for a losing team, that's kind of what gets you excited. And I don't know, man. I don't know. A team of over the hill veterans that are like clearly going to be last unless Colorado turns into a disaster.
You know what could happen? There's a guy in their minor league system.
Here we go.
That may be able to come up and scare them into winning. And his name's Birch Smith.
Oh, no. Come on.
Birch Smith is a fan favorite, and he is on the Giants. He's in Triple-A, Jake. He's been a major league pitcher before, and he can come cause some trouble.
I don't Birch Smith well, man, and you know that.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of messed up that you brought him up.
Okay. They've got a player in their minor league system named Seth Corey, which is very close to Seth Curry.
Jim, I just figured it out.
Yes.
If you are a Giants fan, your goal for this season should be to be the team that has the most trades.
Oh, the Seattle Mariners award?
Yes.
But they have like no one to trade.
You should be shipping all these dudes out of town. I don't care if they're for like a 16-year-old kid you're taking a flyer on, or a 27-year-old that's about to get kicked off another team's 40-man. You just can't have all these old dudes losing.
Well, who's going to trade for him? I think they're in a tough spot.
It's going to be a weird year in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Usually is.
Yeah. Fun fact. The fun fact here on our sheet says Evan Longoria owns a restaurant in Tampa called Ducky's. which is a funny name.
Yeah, doesn't him and Joe Madden, don't they each have a couple restaurant ties down there or something?
Not sure. Didn't look it up.
Do you like when I say something like that?
Something? Yeah. How about this, Jake? Last year they won 77 games with that magic month with Bochy and Bumgarner and the whole crew thinking it's possible again.
Don't go schmoozer. Not cool,
The
man.
Vegas projected over-under is 68.5.
San Francisco Giants, more like the San Francisco Davids, because they don't have a shot this year.
David wins. Read your Bible.
Oh, fuck. I got to reread that. What's the over-under?
68.5.
68.5?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't care about my reputation anymore, Jake. I'm not going to give in to everyone that says, "Oh, JOMBOY just takes the under all the time." The
I'm
under
going
king.
over.
You are, huh?
Yeah.
You said it was gonna get ugly fast, and they should win most trades.
Here's what I'm thinking. They can't let it get ugly fast. If they do, like, it's either going to be a tight win on the over, or it's going to be an ugly loss on the under, and they're going to get bad real quick. But I think, these guys come in. Gabe Kapler probably didn't know if he was going to get another shot as a baseball manager, and he's got one. So he's going to come in pretty gung-ho. These veterans, again, they're hoping that they've got one last gem in them and are hoping to get traded out of town pretty much. Minus Posey. I think, you probably keep that guy because he's like a hero in the organization.
Bring Lincecum back.
Bring Timmy back. But yeah, I think these vets come out and they try their hardest and do their best, and they rack up a couple wins, and then the wheels fall off, and hopefully they bring in some young guys late that care and try to win some games. But yeah, I'll go over. One of the NL East or one of the NL West 84 win teams collapses, and the Giants bump into some wins.
Samardzija had
69 wins.
Samardzija had a good
wins.
ERA last year, bad FIP, and he's kind of leading the staff there with Cueto, who was hurt last year, and his peripherals are looking bad. I don't think they have a magic month in them. I don't think Gabe Kapler's the man to put this hodgepodge group together and lead them to victory. I don't think they have double-digit wins every single month this year, like they did last year. So, and for those reasons, I'm taking the under, although baseball's better when the Giants are good. I'll say that.
So you think all the bad teams are going to be bad?
No, I chose the over for one team.
You don't even remember which one.
I think it was the Royals, because I was like, they're so bad they're going to flip the script.
You had to. Yeah, you had to take one. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been doing a lot of these. If you're a San Fran fan listener, tell me what I'm missing, because this isn't doing much for me.
Every diehard fan knows more about their team than we do, so tell us what we're missing.
Yeah, yes. I mean, always that. But, you and I, hey, there's some young guys here. This is weirding me out.
Yeah. You are a big Trevor Gott fan, though.
I love T-Gott.
Okay.
Love T-Gott. Maybe Darren Ruff gets the call this year after coming over from Japan. There you go.
Ooh, wow. That would be exciting. See you later. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. Baseball time, baseball season. Do people even know that in New York they still say the New York Football Giants? Because there used to be two. I don't think a lot of people know that. It's fun. Now you do. See ya.